Hello friends, today's video is all about the easiest way to start the ketogenic lifestyle and the intermittent fasting lifestyle. You know, I'm always talking about carbohydrates and how we need to rein them in. And when you have excessive carbohydrates in the diet, you know, through grains and sugars, you're going to have chronically elevated insulin. Lots of insulin pulsing into the bloodstream to deal with the elevated glucose and trying to bring that back down. However, today I want to talk about a precursor, something you could do prior to dealing with the carbohydrates that will set you up for feeling better when you start a ketogenic lifestyle. And that is dealing with polyunsaturated fats. So there are two major pathways to inflammation. One is excessive carbohydrates, which raise the blood glucose and cause insulin to pulse into the bloodstream to deal with that glucose. And when that's done chronically, that causes inflammation. But we have another cause of this root inflammation, and that is polyunsaturated fats. Of all the fat that we should consume in our diet, only 1 to 2% should be coming from polyunsaturated fats. However, guess how much Americans and other nations are consuming? Americans are consuming more like 80% polyunsaturated fats. And this is causing a huge problem because the cells do not know what to do with this. This polyunsaturated fat overload is causing cells to go into crisis. And so getting these polyunsaturated fats out can help tremendously. There are polyunsaturated fats in meat. You can easily get that 1 or 2% in your food, very easily. Kate Shanahan is a doctor who I've been listening to for a long time. She's been very friendly with the Weston A. Price Foundation. I've heard her speak through there before. And she is the one who has been the proponent to greatly, drastically reducing the polyunsaturated fats. She calls them the hateful eight. And I will leave a video link in the notes of this video to go into this more. But I want to tell you what fats to look for. So if you're in the store and you're shopping, what is it that you want to see in a label and not purchase? She describes it as the 3 C's: corn oil, canola oil, and cottonseed oil. And the 3 S's: soybean oil, safflower oil, and sunflower oil. And then she describes the 2 restaurant oils that seem to be very popular as well: rice bran oil and grapeseed oil. So these are the oils that are really popular in ingredient lists and in restaurants. And you might be thinking, well, I thought vegetable oils were the worst. I thought margarine, I thought Crisco shortening were the worst. Well, those are really bad. But those are 85% soy and cottonseed oils. So they fall right into this category of oils and fats that need to go away so that we can stop causing our cells such distress. So if you are going shopping, what is it that you're going to look for? What labels do you need to read? And what do you need to look at in your pantry and get out? Well, at the very top of the list would be salad dressing. Salad dressings are so often made with canola oil and soybean oil. Those are probably the 2 most popular. And these are the 2 most dangerous that we need to get out. And you know, you have to remember that these oils are tasteless. They have no smell, or no scent, I should say. And the reason why is that they have been so highly processed with hexane, and they've been processed with deodorizers. So even though they're sitting on the shelf in the grocery store and you're thinking they're stable, they could easily be rancid. But all that rancidity is covered up with the deodorants and the hexane processing. So these chemicals and this processing are highly, highly toxic. And the reason why they have to do this is because they are not very stable to begin with. So they have to do all this stuff to even get them to the grocery store and sitting on a shelf that you wouldn't open the lid and think, holy cow, I don't want to have anything to do with that. It's too bad they do that, because then we would see the real truth very quickly. Next would be mayonnaise. Now, I love mayonnaise. I put mayonnaise on a lot of different things. There's a lot of uses for mayonnaise, but mayonnaise is so commonly filled with soybean oil. And there are a couple of brands for both salad dressing and mayonnaise that you can really lean on. There's Sir Kensington. You just need to look very closely. They do have an avocado mayo. The Primal Kitchen also has a really good mayonnaise, and theirs is probably definitely better. Because the thing you have to worry about, again, with olive oil and avocado oil, because they're plant oils, they are just a lot more volatile and more difficult to work with and keep them healthy in the processing all the way to the grocery store and then to your home and in your cabinet. It's oftentimes so much better to just make these things at home. I make both of them. They're super easy. It's not complicated. You also want to check peanut butter. Believe it or not, even if you're buying an organic peanut butter, sometimes they'll want to sell the peanut oil separately because it's more valuable, and they'll add in a canola oil or a cottonseed oil to kind of cut the peanut butter and give it more, fat in there to make it stirrable and all that kind of stuff. But these are cheaper oils. These are not good oils. So you have to be really careful. And of course, peanuts tend to be genetically modified. You really want to consume only organic peanuts. Moving on from there, dips and sauces like ranch dips. That's definitely going to have some pretty bad oils in it. Barbecue sauces can have this. A lot of different cheese sauces. All these sauces that you might find and be interested in and sound really great can be very toxic because of these fats. They are all things that you can make very healthily at home and taste wonderful on vegetables and meats. So I do recommend them. I just don't recommend buying them in the forms that are going to be dangerous from the grocery store. And then there's always chips and crackers and cookies. I'm a person who loves potato chips, and every once in a while I do treat myself to potato chips, but I try to buy the ones that are made with coconut oil. The rest of them are all made with these dangerous fats. But there are some that are made with coconut oil. I highly recommend the coconut oil ones. Coconut oil is more of a saturated fat. It's much more stable, and when used in manufacturing, it's really the best way to go. So, and then there's bars, all the granola bars, energy bars, all these bars tend to have these bad fats in them as well. Some other items that you want to be cautious of are whipped cream. Cool Whip, that is made with vegetable oil. You got to be very careful with that. You can easily make your own whipping cream at home. Also pastries, all of the donuts, and all of these muffins, these kinds of things that would be packaged in the grocery store are going to also be made with these dangerous polysaturated fats. And then lastly, the restaurant fried food. Don't be afraid to ask at a restaurant. There are some restaurants who, I know there are some wing places that will use tallow to fry their wings, and that is just way better than these other really dangerous fats. So you might be thinking, well, what are the good fats if these are so bad? Because I know these fats are prominent. They're everywhere. If you go down the oil section in the grocery store, 80% of what you're going to see are these fats, okay? And they're in the products as well. So we do need to be careful, but there are good fats. First of all, let's remember that the fat that comes in meat itself is a very good fat. It is a fat that the body totally understands. It knows what to do with. It doesn't inflame the cells. Of course, the healthier the animal is that you're consuming, the better that meat's going to be, the better that fat's going to be, but it is still a stable fat that is not going to create havoc in your cells. Animal fats are important. Then there's ghee and butter. There's lard that comes from pigs. There's tallow, which comes typically from ruminant animals, beef. And then we have the plant fats, the coconut oil, the olive oil, the avocado oil. So again, keep in mind how these oils, all of these fats have a scent to them. They have a very pleasant flavor to them. That is one way that you can tell that you've got a decent fat. These fats haven't been deodorized. They haven't been intensely processed. So you want to look for the virgin, cold-pressed as far as the plant oils go. And of course, coconut oil is going to be the most stable. And then olive oil, as I said, and avocado oil, you do need to be on the lookout for brands that will cut those with canola oil and some of the cheaper oils. So Chosen Foods is a good brand. That's one that I have found. There are a number of brands out there that are worthy. My olive oil that I have sitting right here is imported from Italy. It's organic. It's a very good choice as well. So something like that. And that is from Walmart. I hope they keep carrying that. So as I said, in terms of the science of these polyunsaturated fats, when they come into the system, they really create havoc in the mitochondria. So, you know, your cells are trying to produce energy. Your brain desperately needs energy. Your muscles need energy. And they are going to struggle to deal with this polyunsaturated fat and to turn it into energy. So this is the reason why you want to get them out. We're going to feel better. We're going to look better because these fats are going to cause the accumulation of more fat. When polyunsaturated fats are in the body, it takes about a year to really get them all out. So it takes time. You want to start right away.
Give your cells a break and your fat cells a break. Help them to work better by getting these fats out of the way.
One way that you can check and see how you're doing in terms of the polyunsaturated fats is to check your morning glucose. You want to see a morning glucose that is 95 or lower. If you see 95 or higher, that suggests that you could be insulin resistant, you could be pre-diabetic, and you could definitely be having problems with these polyunsaturated fats. The blood glucose monitors are not expensive. Neither are the strips that go with them. So this is super easy. It's not pricey. I'm going to leave links in the show notes of this video so that you can tap in and be your own little scientist and check and see how your body is doing with these things. This is a very easy first step into the ketogenic lifestyle. I highly recommend looking into this and eliminating these fats from your diet. Please like and subscribe to this channel. I sure would like to have you along as we strive to achieve better body composition and better overall health. Thanks for joining me today, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!